Hey everyone, it's Phil here, and I'm making this video because I literally saw an interview that we did of one of our Booking Koala users who hit 150,000 in only 6 months. And what he said in the video really stood out to me because I didn't even really know people felt this way. So, inside that interview, he said that when he was looking to start a business, he originally thought to start something and be successful in something, you have to invent something. Maybe if that's something cool or something that no one has ever seen before.
I didn't understand. I knew what business was, right? But I didn't understand how you don't have to create something brand new or come up with an invention to get people to buy your stuff, right? You just do what other people are doing, right? And having the self belief and having the path shown in front of me of you do X, Y, and Z, and you can get people to come work for you. You can get people to give you their credit cards, right?
And when I started my first business at the age 19, I really didn't even think that way. I kind of already figured that, hey, you could start a business in anything and you can make money, right? But from what I see, there are so many different people out there that, think this way. And I'm going to tell you that you do not have to invent something in order to make money. So for me, I started in the home cleaning company, did over $15 million in that industry, and later co founded Booking Koala, that's home to over 20,000 businesses worldwide. And one thing that these businesses have in common is that they don't literally invent new ideas or anything even close to that. They all start in boring industries like home cleaning, lawn care, mobile detailing, poop scooping, anything that has demand. And that is the key thing, you guys. If you want to make money and you guys want the fastest chance of making money and the highest chance of actually succeeding, these are the businesses to be in. And when you take my story, for example, from zero to over $15 million, I started at 19, no experience, literally almost no money, had pretty much not too much time because I went full time to college as a student. I had a full time job where I worked. So I literally managed to do this without, having any role model to look up to because when I started, there wasn't very much information. Like YouTube wasn't as popular back then as it is now. So if you compare starting back then versus starting now, it's even a greater opportunity when you pick one of these businesses because you already have demand and you have so much information out there. I would be lucky to find somebody that, would be educating people like I am today on my channel, because back then you could maybe find a couple articles here or there, but the algorithm wasn't even that good at pitching it to you. So it was really, really hard to find somebody. And the best way to actually get the best quality information would be to probably reach out to a business owner and figure out how to become friends with them, right? But today, like I said, so much information out there. Like you already see, you could learn anything from YouTube or TikTok or Instagram and have a greater chance of success. So combining the information with the demand for the services, that is going to be a huge opportunity. And, I don't want anybody to think that the only way to start a business is to actually invent something, because yes, that does have the pros, right? Because if you're the first one into something, and it all depends, because if it doesn't take off, so there's a couple things with inventing something. One, you have to get lucky for it to actually work, okay? Because for one business that gets lucky and that works, probably 1,000 don't. And the one person that actually figures it out and it does work, you can become very, very wealthy very quickly, right? Because there's no saturation, there's no people that are already, doing it, thousands of people doing it. You are the first one, and everybody wants whatever it is that you may be selling. That's literally how you become, very, very wealthy in a very short amount of time. But like I said, 99% of people that will attempt that will fail. And that is why people that start businesses with Booking Koala succeed, because they're not inventing anything new. They're literally going into markets that are proven, industries that are proven. People need these services. And even though they may be so saturated beyond belief, like there's just so many businesses like that, you still have success in it. And why? Because, for example, I run a home cleaning company, and if I do a bad job, my providers do a bad job. Now, all of a sudden, the customer is going to look for someone else. There's your opportunity, right? The customer may move locations. They're going to look for someone else. So it's, your goal obviously is to keep a customer as long as possible, but there are things, unforeseen things and foreseen things that happen where a customer will go somewhere else. And that is why these businesses will forever be an opportunity for any newcomer. And it's not just the service industry. I mean, all sorts of businesses in the world, no matter how saturated, someone can come in and still figure out how to make things better and improve and take customers away from someone else or create new customers, right? So don't ever think that it's too late, because the opportunity is there and you guys can make a lot of money in services and businesses that already, have so much competition. It's never too late, you guys.